So I recently read a comment and it made me seriously think about my financial situation and my dream of moving to Kenya and to Africa. So I've tried countless business ideas, but nothing has seemed to work. They don't really align with my interests and my goals. So starting a business was not easy, especially a business that I thought would, sustain my lifestyle abroad and will help me to achieve my dream of actually moving to Africa, moving to Kenya. And that's the honest truth. If you don't level up financially, you run the risk of going broke, whether you go to Kenya or you go to Africa. So I want to share with you how I'm going to avoid being broke in Kenya, in Africa, to help you guys, so you guys don't run into the same mistake that most people run into when they end up leaving the UK, leaving the US. This is not financial advice. This is based on my plan. So I've always had the dream to leave the UK for good. But recently I've been inspired to explore Kenya. And I've always had that feeling that I don't want to be tied down to a job I don't like. I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job for all my life. A boss telling me what to do. So I've always been motivated to do my own thing. And this started from a job that I was working in the UK. I was working in a fast food restaurant. It was a coffee shop. I have a learning difficulty. I find it hard to follow instructions. So because of this exact situation, right, my boss would be shouting at me. She would be disrespectful. So when I realized that, right, I knew that if I wanted to move to Africa, move to Kenya, I need to start my own business and my own thing. I can't be relying on a job. I can't be working in the UK and expect to be moving to Kenya or Africa. No. So this made me think about my life in the UK. If I eventually want to move to Africa, move to Kenya, I need to plan ahead. And this means living a frugal lifestyle. So for me, living a frugal lifestyle meant, not spending money on clothes, on things that I don't need. When I was younger, I would spend so much money on clothes, and that was the position that I was in. I had to understand that if I want to move to Africa, move to Kenya, I need to spend less and actually use that money to make me money. So I decided to say that enough is enough, I need to use my money, whether I'm working a job. I need to put it into assets that are actually going to generate me money in the long term, to help me fund my lifestyle if I decide to go and live in Africa and Kenya. Because in my mind, the way I saw it was that, okay, cool, if I want to leave the UK, I need to learn about different assets, learn about the property investments, whatever, because that's what's going to help me if I decide to start something in Kenya, in Africa. It's going to help me within my future as well. So me planning and living a frugal lifestyle is not just about a plan to move to Africa, to move to Kenya. No, it's a plan to prepare me for life abroad. Some people just pack their bags and go with no experience. They've not been to the country. They're just packing and going. And that's how people go broke. People go broke by being in a rush to do things, not waiting, not taking their time. And guys, another thing that I'm doing to plan for my future, whether that be in Africa or Kenya, to ensure that I don't go broke and I have some money saved up in case if things go south and I end up losing all my money and all that, you need to have a backup plan, some cash saved up. And one way I plan on doing this is living with my parents in the UK, because I don't really see the need to go out and rent a place in London, because you know how much apartments cost in London? They cost about, like, an average house price in London is about 400 grand. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm not even gonna calculate how much that is in rent. You guys pretty much know that it's expensive, right? And what's the point in me renting a place in London when I don't really see myself living in the UK in the foreseeable future? There's no point. I'm just wasting my money. I might as well stay with my parents, save up money, so I can leave. And you guys are not even thinking about the expenses. You have bills, you have expenses to pay. All of that adds up money. So if I'm living with my parents, I can save up more money and I can use that money and save up. So if things go south, I have that money to fall back on. But yeah, you can argue and say that, oh, well, you're a grown man, you can go and live by yourself. But bro, I'm only 22 years old. I'm still young. I might look like I'm 30, but I'm 22 years old, right? So yeah, your point is invalid. By 25, I'm out. I was 25 years old, yeah? I want to be out of here. Like, I don't want to get married in the UK. That's why I'm in my house. I'm just chilling. I don't want to go and meet women because I've done it all. You know what I'm saying? I've seen and I've done it all. So it doesn't really fascinate me. So I'll rather be at home, chilling, making YouTube videos. So what has this taught me? Planning for my future, preparing for my life in Africa, in Kenya, to ensure that I'm financially stable and I'm not gonna go broke. At times it made me feel like the UK is my destiny. It's where I'm supposed to be, that I'm gonna be stuck in the UK forever. And, I'm gonna raise my children in the UK, and that reality for me is, yeah, I don't see that happening. I'll be honest with you. In a life where it pretty much rains every single day, there's no sunshine, I can't even wear a tank top. I go to the gym, I want to show my physique, I want to be dressed up in vest, but I can't even do that if it's raining every day in the UK. So just having that thought, it made me realize and understand my situation. Everyone has different pathways. They come from different backgrounds. No one is the same. Everyone's journey is different. And it made me realize that, okay, cool. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not find what works out for you, because at the end of the day, it will come to you, right? It will come to you. And when it does, right, you're going to feel like it's not going to be a chore. And I'm talking in terms of my financial position and ability to start a business or something that's going to generate me money, passive income. It might not work out for you, but it will come to you. It just takes time. So if you want more inspiration to move to Africa, move to Kenya, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and also comment down below what you think, Are you guys currently looking to build your sources of income? Or have you guys found something that works for you? Please do let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, peace.